In this video, we are going to combine cPods with MusicPad. Now, this may not seem like a big deal, but the ability to now send not only audio but also written tabs or music notation in a cPod is indeed a powerful tool. But let's start with a quick review. What are cPods? Well, cPods are generated by SongSurgeon's export command. When you can find it if you go up here and select Publish to the Cloud. And a cPod is a special version of SongSurgeon which contains an audio file already loaded into it that will open and run on any Windows computer, even those that do not have SongSurgeon installed. And then secondly, let's talk about MusicPad. What is it? Well, MusicPad is the newest functionality that was released for pro users in version 3.1, and you can access it through this icon here at the top of the user interface. MusicPad allows users to type comments, create tabs, and create standard music notation, and then save and recall all of this for future use. Now, there are separate videos on both cPods and MusicPad, so I'm not going to walk you through the details of how you use either of these in this video. But what I do want to do is to show you how this particular project file that I have open on my screen, when saved as a cPod, will retain all of this information for a user that you send it to be able to use. So let's just review what we have right now. We have a loop here at the beginning with a marker above it saying beginning solo, and if you note, the tempo for that is set at 50%. At the end of this we have a similar solo. It's the ending solo. It's marked loop 2, and if we move our progress indicator over here, we'll see that the tempo for that loop is also 50%. If we click MusicPad, you can see that we have already loaded into MusicPad the tablature for this particular song. So all of these things are in this current project that I have open on my screen, and so the next step that I'm going to go through then is to create a cPod for this. So let me go ahead and do that, and then on the other side we'll pick back up. So hang on just a minute. Okay, the cPod creation process is now done, and I'm going to close everything that I have on my screen, and then we'll go ahead and download this cPod that we've created and open it up. Okay, there it is, and here's the cPod I've created. It's named Drum Lesson. So what we're going to do is open this up so you can see that everything that was included in the original project file that was on my screen is now going to be available to the person that we send it to. And in this case, we're going to assume that we are the recipients of a cPod that someone else has created. So let's go ahead and take a look. So it's going through the process of unpacking it. Now, here's what I created. Let me just read this to you. And this is one example of how you might use this. Help. I need your help with this ending solo for the song Smells Like Teen Spirit that I'm trying to learn. Please be prepared to help me with this during my lesson on Thursday. When the SongSurgeon interface opens, please note the highlighted section at the end. Also, please click the MusicPad button at the top for the tabs that I am using. This cPod is now opened on my screen, and let's just take a quick look to verify that it contains all of the same information that we started with before we created the cPod. If you look up here at the top, you can see we have a beginning solo, we have an ending solo, just like we had in the original file. And if we open MusicPad, indeed you will see that we have the tablature preloaded. So this indeed is the same file with the same contents that we previously had. So the beauty of this simply then is that you can send this to anyone that has a Windows computer, and they can use most of the functionalities found in SongSurgeon. Not only the audio functionalities, but now also the tablature or the documentation functionalities. And you might ask yourself, well, what's so great? What's so important about that, this marriage of cPods with MusicPad? And the answer, I guess, maybe is best illustrated by some examples. If you're an instructor and want to create a lesson and send it to your class of students, you can simply create the entire lesson, both audio as well as tablature or written documentation, and you can send this out to everyone by email, and your students can use it without having to purchase a copy of SongSurgeon. The opposite of that is if you're a student and you are having trouble, if you're struggling with a lesson, you can send this to an instructor or a teacher, package it all up in SongSurgeon and send it off to them. And when you get together with them for your next instruction or your next lesson, you can review it with them, and the teacher will have had a chance to review it prior to the lesson. If you're a band member, you can send new material out in a SongSurgeon cPod, not only the audio, but again the written documentation for it, and all of your band members can grab it and practice it prior to you guys getting together for rehearsal. You can send it to family, you can send it to friends. I think you get the idea. That's going to conclude this video today. Thanks for your time.